Hello everyone, this is the 28th of May. We're still experiencing a heat wave here in Bristol, England. I don't know where you live, but maybe you are as well. Thank you everyone who has subscribed, and if you like these videos and you're watching for the first time or whatever, please give me a like, just to let me know you like the game and that you found it interesting. Or if you don't wish to, don't. It doesn't matter. But it encourages me. And as for you subscribers, you're the best. Thank you so much. You stick with it, and I thank you. I tried again bring you some really interesting games and ones that might be educational for beginners or players who are trying to improve their game. So let's look at another game. This was played a while ago now. About 3 or 4 days ago. I was playing a gentleman from South Africa. His name was Mofokeng Zacharia. He's an AFM, which is an Arena Federation Master, and he was rated 1482 at the time of this game. And that's me underneath. I'm 16, 17 there. That's changed now, I'm a bit higher than that, but that's what I was at the time. Mofokeng is 44 years old. I think we played once before. I think I did beat him on that game, but I'd have to go back sometime to find it. But I'm pretty sure we have met. I recognise his photo. Handsome young guy, isn't he? Look at that smile. Great smile he's got there. So let's take a look at the game then. I was white and I opened with e4. Opponent played c6, Caro-Can, d4, d5, e5. This is known as the advanced variation, and he's playing the Botvinnik line with the c6, and then he wants to play e3 and turn it into a French defense, which I do this quite regularly, so I know this quite well. Knight f3. He played knight c6 rather than e6. Interesting. Bishop e2, bishop f5. So is he looking to go knight b4 and attack in c2? Well, I'm not going to allow that, so I play bishop d3. He's gone back to g6. Why did he do that? I don't see no real reason. He'd usually just swap off. But anyway, I took on g6. He retook with the h pawn. Now that means when I castle, if I castle kingside, then I am open to an attack because of that rook coming down looking at h2. I've got it covered twice with a knight and a rook, but I like to play h3 so as he cannot take it should my knight have to be pulled away or if I castle. So and then he goes queen out somehow to h4 and have a great attack. So he played e6 now eventually, and I played c3. And he's gone queen b6, so we really are into a French here now. Castle. I don't have to worry about this pawn on h4 at this time. He can't push the double G pawn because of my bishop. So he's castled queenside. That's good. That gives me a target now. a3. Now he's trying to break my centre with f6. So I'm going to keep my attack going with b4. I want to get a file opened here, so I got a B line for his king. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn. He takes a knight, and I took his knight. So quite a few pieces and pawns come off there. And now he's gone bishop to e7. I think he wants to push that pawn and try and get it g4 maybe. But anyway, I'm getting on my attack. He should have seen this. I'm going to win the a pawn. Queen c6. Rook takes a7. Rook across to king across to b8. And now I'm going to offer a queen swap because I am a pawn up. He's got a double pawn as well, and I consider this a really good chance of winning this game with the queens off. So queen takes, rook takes. It's gone out knight to h6. Gets a strong square on f5. What do I do about that? Well, I decided I would play bishop b6, try and double my rooks upon the a file and go for a mate. So he's attacking the pawn on c3. That pawn's being a bit of a nuisance because to defend it I would have to move my rook, or I'd have to bring the bishop back to d4. But I see a plan here where I can play knight to d2, rook takes c3 and bring the other rook across, and I got a raging attack which will net me a rook. So I'm going to play knight d2. He jumps on it and grabs that pawn. I don't think he took long enough to look at this. It's a 10-minute game, so you should just about have enough time. So I double my rooks. Now I am threatening checkmate, so he's got to move the king, and that would net me the rook on h8. If he goes back the rook, I just checkmate. So king to c7. It was a very risky thing to take that c pawn. It's very costly for him because he's lost him his rook now, and I consider this game won. Rook a8 check, king d7, rook takes rook. Now he's gone into knight to f5 in that lovely square. I've got a b pawn hanging, and I've got to think about how I'm going to go about this. So I've gone back to defend it with bishop to a5. He's attacking the knight on c2. So I've got knight to f3. Now he's pushing his passport. So he's losing. He's going for it. I don't blame him for doing that. But he's not going to ever get anywhere. So I've gone rook d1 to just stop that pawn moving on. If it does, I'll take it. So now he's gone back to defend that pawn and also to double attack on my b4 pawn. The bishop takes, rook takes. I'm just looking at rook b8. If he doesn't defend that, but how's he going to defend it? If he goes king c6, then I just have rook c8, and then he's got to go into the center. King e5, rook takes rook, king takes rook. Not sure, but I'm going to play rook b8 and see what his next move will be. Right, so he's gone wrong. He's gone wrong here now. He's taken the pawn on b4, so that if bishop takes bishop, rook takes bishop, and he's hanging on to his pawn. But what he's overlooked is rook takes pawn check. He goes king to c6, and then rook takes bishop. So our friend is now 2 pieces down, and this is resignable. But he doesn't choose to do that at the moment. He swaps off his rook. I think he's open or lose on time because I've got less time than him. So he's attacking the bishop, and I've gone bishop into d6. And now he's swapped off his last remaining piece other than pawns. Pawn takes. He goes back to defend that square. d7, and open to take the pawn if I don't take d4. So I can do anything I want really now. I could push a pawn on, I could go rook takes pawn, but I'm going to just push a pawn on, let him take it, and then rook takes pawn. He's playing silly people, silly persons here. I don't know why he don't just resign. He's going to drag this game out, I think. But I've still got about 40 seconds left, and he's got about 1 minute 10. So he's gone king e7, knight e5, defending the pawn with king f6. Now I'm consolidating that knight on e5 with f4. He's trying to break that, so I moved another pawn up. Now he's moved the king up to f5. So I attacked it, made him go back. And if I go rook d7 then across to f7, that would be checkmate. But I can't bother with that. Knight d5, d7, knight d7 check. King e8 and then knight to c5. This is looking quite good now. Oh, it's taking the pawn. Pawn takes pawn, rook takes pawn. Now it's attacking the knight. Go back with the knight to d3. e5. Well, this just lost them another pawn. King d5. Rook takes pawn. Now he attacks the knight. Now I've only got about 25 seconds left. The easiest and quickest way for me to win now. This is very instructional for anybody who's new watching this. Don't move the knight away, no need. Just go across with the rook, let him take the knight, you take the pawn, and then when he comes across, you just move your rook across onto the f-file, and he cannot stop you getting one or even two queens. But as I've only got maybe 15 seconds left, he realised I would get the queen in time and checkmate him. So at this point, he resigned. So that was a game with Mofokeng, Tshitso, Zacharia from South Africa, Arena Federation Master. Like I said, I'm sure we've played before. I'm sure of it. I'd have to look for the game. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please give me a like. And even subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. And then you will get the games known to you as soon as I put them on, rather than you look to see if there's anything on there. Thanks again. See you soon. This is Robert. Bye.